The late-night homicide in Midtown Kansas City. This happened near 37th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue, just south of the Uptown Theater. Police responded to a shooting call there shortly before 10. And when officers arrived, they found a woman lying in the street. They rendered aid, but she died there. Police believe that woman interacted with suspects or multiple suspects before being shot.
May 13th, 2025. Kansas City, Missouri. A phone lights up with birthday messages, cake emojis, heart emojis, friends saying happy 21st. At 6:30 p.m., Layla Freeman is on FaceTime with her cousin, laughing. She mentions someone reaching out, someone she's been avoiding, someone the court told to stay away from her. He says he has a birthday present for me. Her cousin hesitates. Layla smiles. Maybe it's closure. Maybe it's nothing. 3 hours later, neighbors on West 37th Street hear it. 3 gunshots. Then a woman's voice cutting through the night. Please don't. No. Please. 3 more shots. Silence. By the time police arrive at 9:45 p.m., Layla Freeman is lying in the street. 21 years old. Federal employee. Church leader. Beloved daughter. A young woman who spent her life serving others. Now gone. Her mother arrives minutes later, having tracked her daughter's phone when she wouldn't answer. She recognizes the car parked at the scene. Her car, the one Layla borrowed that night. The gift? It was never a gift. It was bait. And the man who killed her had been planning it for days. See, Layla wasn't naive. She knew danger when she saw it. She'd already gone to court. She'd gotten a protection order, a legal document that said, stay away from me. But Rashid Turner didn't care about court orders. He cared about control. And when Layla finally broke free, when she built a life without him, when she said no for the last time, he couldn't let that stand. So he sent messages, sweet ones, manipulative ones, messages about love, about missing her, about wanting to see her one more time on her 21st birthday. If you think the system failed her, or if you've ever felt the weight of someone refusing to let go, stay with me. Because at the end of this story, I'm going to share 2 safety tips that could help you or someone you love recognize the warning signs and escape before it's too late. What do you do when a piece of paper can't stop a man with a plan? Drop your thoughts below. Welcome to True Crime Footprint, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most terrifying true crime tales. Kindly hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Before we get to the night everything fell apart, you need to understand who Layla Freeman really was. Because she wasn't just a victim, she was a force. At 16, Layla accepted Christ. Not in some casual Sunday morning way. She went all in. By the time she turned 21, she was leading youth Bible studies at Victory Way Church. She wasn't just attending services. She was choreographing praise dances, directing productions, singing in the choir, pouring herself into her community. People looked up to her. Young girls saw her and thought, that's who I want to be. She graduated from Crossroads Preparatory Academy, enrolled at Lincoln University and Metropolitan Community College, got her CNA certification because she wanted to help people, wanted to care for them when they were at their most vulnerable. And then she landed a job with the IRS as a tax examiner, federal employment at 21, stable income, benefits, a career path most people twice her age would envy. Her family was tight. Her mother, Zariah, her father, Troy, siblings who adored her, a grandmother who bragged about her to anyone who would listen. Layla wasn't just loved. She was the kind of person who made every room better just by walking into it. She had structure. She had faith. She had ambition. She wasn't some lost girl searching for validation. She had everything ahead of her. But there was someone in the shadows, someone she'd been trying to leave behind. His name was Rashid Turner. And at some point, Layla realized something that a lot of people realized too late. He wasn't going to let her go. So she did what you're supposed to do. She went to court. She filed for a temporary protection order, a legal barrier that said, you cannot contact me. You cannot come near me. Stay away. The court agreed. The order was granted. Turner was legally required to leave her alone. But here's the thing about control. When someone loses it, when the person they've been manipulating finally walks away, that's when they become the most dangerous. Because it's not about love anymore. It's about power. And Rashid Turner wasn't about to let a piece of paper take that away from him. If you believe survivors deserve a voice, hit that like button. It helps stories like Layla's reach people who need to hear them. How does someone who builds their whole life around love and faith end up alone in the street, begging for mercy? What did she miss, or what did we miss? Tell me in the comments. Here's where it gets calculated. Rashid Turner had a problem. The protection order meant he couldn't just show up at Layla's house. He couldn't call her openly. He couldn't corner her after church. So he had to get creative. Detectives later recovered Layla's iPhone. On it, they found text messages from Turner. Messages that came in the days leading up to her birthday. He wasn't threatening her. Not directly. That would have been too obvious. Instead, he played the emotional card. He told her he missed her, that he wanted to profess his love, that he needed closure, that he just wanted to see her one more time. Classic manipulation. Make it about feelings. Make it seem harmless. And then came the hook. May 13th, 2025. Layla's 21st birthday. Turner sent her a message. He said he had a birthday present for her. Something special. Something he wanted to give her in person. Now think about that for a second. Your 21st birthday. You're celebrating. You're surrounded by love. And someone from your past, someone you've been running from, reaches out with something that sounds almost sweet. Maybe she thought it would be closure. Maybe she thought he'd finally moved on and just wanted to make peace. Maybe she wanted to believe the best in him because that's who she was. At 6:30 p.m., Layla FaceTimed her cousin. She told her about the plan. He wants to give me a birthday present. Her cousin probably felt uneasy. Most people would. But Layla didn't sound scared. She sounded like someone who thought she could handle it. She drove her mother's 2013 Chevrolet Malibu to the corner of West 37th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue. A quiet neighborhood, not far from where she lived. Turner was already there, waiting in a blue Ford Mustang with a black convertible top. Neighbors later told police they saw a man exit the passenger side of Layla's car. The door was still open. Whatever conversation they were having, it started inside that vehicle. Then it spilled out onto the street. At 9:45 p.m., the first shots rang out. 3, maybe 4. Witnesses heard them clearly, and then they heard something worse. A woman's voice, desperate, pleading, "Please don't. No, please." She wasn't dead yet. She was conscious. She was begging for her life. And Rashid Turner, standing over her, heard every word. He didn't stop. He fired again. 3 more shots, maybe 4. This time there was no scream. Neighbors heard the screech of tires. The blue Mustang tore off down the street, disappearing into the night. Layla Freeman was left lying in the road, alone, bleeding, gone. If you think someone who hears "please don't" and shoots again deserves to be forgotten, then maybe this channel isn't for you. But if you think Layla's story matters, if you think these cases need to be told, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. And if you're still not convinced, go to the comments and tell me why. I'm genuinely curious what it would take. Do you think he went there to talk? Or do you think he went there to kill her from the start? What do you believe? When the Kansas City Police Department arrived at 9:45 p.m., the scene was brutal. Layla Freeman was lying in the middle of the street, multiple gunshot wounds. Her mother's Malibu parked nearby, passenger door still open, shell casings scattered across the pavement. Evidence of 2 separate volleys of gunfire. Crime scene technicians got to work. Detectives started canvassing the neighborhood. Witnesses came forward with what they'd heard. The shots, the scream, the plea for mercy, the second round of gunfire, and then the car, the blue Ford Mustang with the black convertible top. While investigators processed the scene, Layla's mother was driving toward it. She'd been trying to reach her daughter all evening. Calls went unanswered. Texts went unread. So she did what any mother would do. She used her phone's tracking feature to locate Layla's device. It led her to West 37th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue. When she arrived, she saw police lights, crime scene tape, and her car, the car Layla had borrowed that night. She knew. Detectives pulled Layla's iPhone from the scene. Forensics unlocked it. Inside, they found the messages from Rashid Turner, the texts about love, about needing to see her, about the birthday gift. They also found his Facebook account, photos of him, photos of the blue Mustang. It all lined up. 15 days later, on May 28, 2025, Jackson County prosecutor Melissa Johnson filed formal charges. Rashid M. Turner, 24 years old, was charged with second-degree murder and armed criminal action. He was arrested and held without bond at the Jackson County Detention Center. Now, I promised you 2 safety tips at the start of this video. Here they are. First, recognize escalation patterns. If someone violates a protection order, even with kind words or gifts, that is not reconciliation. It's a test of control. Trust your instincts. Tell someone, do not go alone. Second, digital safety matters. Change your passwords, disable location sharing, block them on every platform. Let trusted friends or family know your whereabouts if you must meet someone from your past. Layla had a protection order. She had faith. She had people who loved her. And it still wasn't enough. If this story makes you feel anything, anger, sadness, fear, then share it. Because someone in your life might need to see this. Someone might be getting texts right now from someone they have a bad feeling about. Don't let Layla's death be in vain. Do you think the charges fit the crime? Should this have been first-degree murder? Let me know what you think justice looks like here. Layla Freeman was the 56th homicide in Kansas City in 2025. But she wasn't a number. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, a leader in her church, a young woman who spent her life lifting others up. Her family remembers her for her love, her faith, the way she made people feel seen. Her friends remember her laugh, her creativity, the way she could walk into a room and change the energy. Her community remembers her service, the youth she mentored, the productions she directed, the lives she touched. Rashid Turner took her future, but he couldn't take her legacy because Layla's story doesn't end with violence. It ends with the people who refuse to let her be forgotten. This wasn't random. This wasn't a crime of passion. This was intimate partner terrorism, and it happens every single day. Restraining orders are paper. They can't stop bullets, but awareness can stop silence. If you believe justice should be loud, if you believe Layla deserved better, if you stand with survivors and not with silence, hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications, because we're not done telling these stories. And if you think Rashid Turner's actions were unforgivable, leave a comment that says, "Justice for Layla." Let her family know we see her. Our hearts ache for Layla's family. Words feel inadequate, but please know you are held in deepest sympathy and prayers. May you find strength and comfort in the memories of Layla. To everyone who made it to the end, thank you for watching, for your attention, and for joining us on this journey of reflection. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and above all, stay safe. See you on our next video.